Welcome to Muris Artis, where timeless Tuscan vintage meets springtime serenity. Today we explore the poetic elegance of Paola Navone's spring house through soft hues and layered textures. If you love rustic charm and curated beauty, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more soulful design inspiration. Soft sunlight filters through sheer curtains as the camera glides across a rustic Italian interior. Pastel blue ceramic tiles catch the light, while faded lavender cushions rest gently atop a whitewashed wooden bench. Wild herbs spill from terracotta pots, infusing spring charm into every corner of this vintage haven. A distressed cupboard in pale mint stands against a textured sage wall. Delicate floral wallpaper peeks from behind an antique mirror. The floor, made of worn white planks, holds a wool rug in muted rose and ivory. Everything breathes nostalgia and quiet joy, wrapped in soft sun-warmed light. We move past a floral printed chaise long upholstered in faded peach. The camera lingers on a rustic side table topped with hand-painted ceramic vases brimming with wildflowers. Linen drapes billow slightly as the breeze enters from the open shutters painted in time-worn seafoam green. An open kitchen shelving unit displays pastel-toned tableware, blush plates, mint bowls, sky blue mugs. A chipped coral cabinet adds rustic contrast below, while a lace table runner trails softly across a weathered oak table. The scene whispers of morning coffee and quiet spring days. A cozy reading nook is framed with floral stenciled walls and a rattan armchair draped in a moss green throw. A pastel pink floor cushion rests nearby, inviting a moment of stillness. Above, a wicker pendant light casts warm shadows across aged ceiling beams. The dining area holds a rustic table surrounded by mismatched chairs, each painted in varying pastel hues. Soft, sheer curtains flutter near open windows, letting in the scent of spring. Fresh tulips stand proudly in a vintage jug, placed beside an old ceramic fruit bowl. Handmade tiles with faded floral motifs line the lower half of the kitchen wall. On the shelf above, a mix of pastel and ivory ceramics rests beside woven baskets. A gentle sense of imperfection ties each detail together with charm and lived-in beauty. An arched doorway leads to a sitting room layered with textures, lace-trimmed throws, floral embroidered cushions, and aged wood surfaces. Light dances across the room, reflecting from antique glass and soft pastel-toned walls. The space feels timeless, graceful, and deeply welcoming. Inside a bathroom, we see hand-painted wall tiles in subtle lilac and green patterns. A vintage basin rests atop a stone counter, with dried lavender bundles tied in twine nearby. The mirror's frame shows cracks in the paint, telling stories of age and care. A softly lit hallway reveals pastel green wainscoting along aged plaster walls. Framed botanical prints hang at eye level, balanced above a rustic bench scattered with hand-stitched cushions. The floors creak gently, grounding the space in Tuscan charm and spring serenity. In a sunroom, vintage shutters painted in faded rose remain partially open. Wicker seating is layered with floral cushions in sage and cream. A side table holds a ceramic pitcher overflowing with jasmine. The entire room glows in late afternoon light, offering peace and poetic beauty. The bedroom opens with washed linen bedding in dusty blue and ivory. A carved wooden headboard in distressed white stands against a pale coral wall. Beside the bed, a small round table holds a porcelain lamp and a worn novel with a dried bloom pressed between its pages. A kitchen island crafted from reclaimed wood is topped with marble and pastel ceramics. Hanging above, vintage cookware in copper and soft enamel adds functional character. A subtle scent of citrus drifts through the air as lemon branches hang from a nearby open window. We pass a vignette featuring an aged dresser topped with hand-thrown ceramic bowls, faded doilies, and a vintage photo frame. The backdrop is soft lavender, blending beautifully with the weathered ivory of the wood. The whole arrangement feels curated with affection and nostalgia. The camera glides over a tabletop set for tea. Antique porcelain in floral pastels sits atop a lace runner. Softly folded linen napkins rest beside tarnished silverware. Behind, floral curtains shift slightly with the breeze, casting soft shadows across the delicate scene. A lounge area showcases exposed beams above, with floral wallpaper in soft gray and blush tones wrapping the walls. An antique chest serves as a coffee table, topped with garden-picked peonies in a faded ceramic vase. Everything feels airy, calm, and layered in meaning. Outside on a terracotta-tiled veranda, pastel cushions rest atop aged wrought iron chairs. A rustic table is dressed with hand-embroidered linens and a bowl of fresh apricots. The space transitions effortlessly from indoors to the blooming countryside just beyond. Back indoors, we see a collection of vintage rattan baskets arranged neatly on a distressed teal console. Above them, open shelving displays artful stacks of ceramic plates in washed-out spring colors. The sunlight kisses every surface, deepening the warmth and softness. A narrow stairwell wall is adorned with soft floral murals in faded pigments. Below, a vintage bench is placed against the wall, holding baskets of folded linens in hues of sage and cream. The quiet simplicity of this passageway speaks volumes. The camera ends on a wide shot of the living room. Layers of pastel and texture unfold around a stone fireplace. Above, a large rustic mirror reflects the spring light. Vases of seasonal flowers are scattered across tabletops, welcoming the viewer into a world both nostalgic and alive. Thank you for joining us in this gentle journey through Tuscan spring interiors. Let the beauty of vintage simplicity inspire your own spaces. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below, hit the like button, and subscribe for more timeless design stories from Hues artists.